meeting Pablo Escobar, did you go to his house?
Yeah, I've been to his house. I've been to parties in not his house and other heavyweights.
Tell us about his house, where he had many giant homes, but
Yeah.
you were introduced to him through a builder who built one of his houses?
His house.
Did that builder ever get killed?
No.
There's a rumor that he used to
he
have mansions built and then have all the people who built the houses killed.
That's not true.
Okay, I figured it wasn't. But
no, it's not true.
Where was the house that you met him at?
Maybe an hour's from Medellín. I don't remember.
It was a finca out in the hills.
Yeah, the finca out there. But he had a lot of different houses. I met him in 2 or 3 different locations at time. That house was the one that my friend was at the time the biggest builder of Medellín. He built the tallest building at the time. It was, I think, 32-story Cortejer building. And at the time, it was like a high-rise, considered like the skyscraper.
Yeah.
It was the pride of them.
Wow.
And he built Pablo's house. Now, I have a friend that introduced me to him because I'm a builder. And when I'm hanging around with drinking Heinekens with Luis, you know, and the air is kind of thin with some other heavyweight Colombians that are there.
Yeah.
Then he pulled me off to the side and he goes, "Hey, man, you want to meet Pablo?" And I said, "What do I need to know Pablo for? I don't give a shit about Pablo. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm making $1 million. You can make some real money." So I said, "$1 million a week is not real?"
Yeah.
I'm happy, old camper.
Right.
No, make some. So I said, "All right, in for a dime, in for a dollar. Fine, set it up." So he introduces me to the guy that built Pablo's house. That Pablo adored the guy.
Right.
Pablo adored him like a father.
And then he brought you up to Pablo's house?
He brought me
for like a one-on-one?
Yeah, no, there was like 10, 15. There was a bunch of other people there. Roberto was there, other friends. I didn't ID everybody. I walked in with one of my shirts that had the sword, and I had a hat that had the sword, Excalibur, my aircraft company. And I walked in with my buddy who brought me to the house. He's dead now, and I'm still friends with the daughter, by the way. She's living in Panama. And Mila. And anyway, so you know, he's going to make a commission on this, on introducing me. And I know this. He's not introducing me because he just likes me.
Right.
Everybody's like got their hand up.
Yeah.
So when Pablo said, you know, "You're too high," and I said, "Well, I'm not flying down," and I used that logic, you know, and we agreed on $5,000 per kilo. Another thing that I did was, I don't want the responsibility of his commission. They're called comisionistas. He's going to make a broker's fee. I don't want that on my shoulders. I live in Miami. I don't even know if it was 1%, 2%, but I don't know because I never paid it.
Right.
And I didn't want the responsibility of paying it. I don't want to owe this guy any money, and I don't want to be sending money to this guy, and I don't want phone calls from this guy to America. You know, so let's be perfectly clear. You have to pay him.
And how long are you talking? How long does this little back and forth between you and Pablo take?
Oh, it was a while. It was
really?
Yeah. I drank a cup of coffee. You know, I didn't want to drink beer. Even though I drank like a fish back in those days. I mean, I'd wake up, I went to 2 or 3 bottles of champagne a day.
And how did you? Because Colombians, you don't just get into business. You have to be friendly. It's a bullshitting culture.
Well,
so you kind of have to.
That's where the language comes in.
Right.
Had I not spoken, had my dad had told me English outside the door, Spanish inside the house, I would have never been. That's another thing. George Young doesn't speak any Spanish.
Right.
Oh, hell, you're going to talk to these guys. These guys are not going to talk to you through a translator and be intimate. So I got real intimate. And I was kind of ballsy, you know. And,
was he friendly? Was Pablo friendly?
Yeah, very, very nice guy, like average guy. No Rolex.
No, he wore sweaters. He wore like ugly sweaters
you
get
and
on
shit,
at
you know?
Goodwill. Right.
Yeah, I mean, you would not know that is Pablo Escobar.
Right. Well, in the early 80s, he didn't have as much of a reputation in America. So maybe it would have been different.
I never saw him wearing elaborate jewelry.
No, he never did. I'm saying like you didn't see him as this feared international criminal back in like 81.
Yeah, but he was all of that even before he became your Pablo Escobar.
Right.
You know, and Gustavo would soon just, you owe him money. Gustavo was the real, you know.
Did you meet Gustavo?
Yeah, I met him, but Gustavo was the head of the brains of the network. And when he went down is basically when things started falling apart.
Right.
You know, Pablo was, let's say, the name that held everything together out of intimidation or fear. But Gustavo over here was the one that made everything happen.
Yeah.